It was something that honestly like really scared me because like what's up, JK Nation? Welcome back to our channel. I have Arlo here with me, you guys. And he's just like wanting attention. He keeps like crawling closer and closer to me. I'm sure you guys can see by the title what we're going to be talking about in today's video. I'm going to be telling you guys why I stopped birth control. We're going to get into all that good stuff. I know I've had some questions about why I stopped taking it. So I know you guys want to know all the tea. So we're going to get right into that. But before we get into our video, make sure you guys are subscribed to our channel. You like this video. The notification bell is on. And make sure to tell your mom, your dad, your auntie, your grandma, your cousins to subscribe because we're on the road to 200K. Arlo is just like staring at me right now and it's making me kind of nervous because I'm all by myself. But Justus went out for a little bit and I'm gonna just be taking over today's video. Don't mind my hair, you guys. I don't know what to do with it and I feel like my hair is too short for a braid, but whatever, it's all good. Let's just get into like the backstory of when I started birth control, how long I've been on it for, and then it'll lead up to why I got off of it. So I started taking birth control around the age of like 17, and I started taking it because of my periods. Like I have the most painful periods you guys can imagine. Like Justus has seen the pain I'm in. So one of like the alternatives, or not alternative, but a way for your periods to kind of not be so painful during the time of the month is birth control. So I started taking it and then the doctors recommended for me to go on depot shot. So that's basically a shot you get every 3 months and you don't get your period at all. I didn't know about the bad side effects of it, you guys. So while I was on it, I had no problem. It was when I was about 21, I'd say. Around 21, I just stopped going to get the shot and I never got my period. So it was probably around the age of 20. I never got my period. I didn't have my period for like 2 years and I wasn't taking anything for it. So I started gaining a lot of weight like over that time. So basically like I was seeing doctors because I've always been fairly thin. If you guys would like to see an in-depth video of why I gained all that weight and how I lost it, then I could definitely do that for you guys. Just comment down below. I went to see a doctor and she actually told me the reason why I was gaining that weight was, Arlo, stop. The reason why I was gaining all that weight was because I was on the depot shot, and once you take it so much, it basically kills your estrogen. So when you don't have estrogen, your body doesn't burn off fat. In that time, there was no way for me to be able to get pregnant. There was no way for me to be able to have my period, and there was no way for me to basically burn fat. So interesting. I don't understand it, but that's what she had said. So she put me on the pill to get my estrogen levels back so that way I could eventually have kids one day, and also I could start losing the weight. So I lost a lot of weight, but obviously it wasn't just because I was on the birth control pills, because I was doing other things as well. I started taking the pill with Justus and I got together, and I had been on it for about, I would say like 2.5 years. And back in May, I stopped taking it. And one of the reasons why was because I wanted to see how my periods were. Like I was saying, they were like very painful. So I wanted to make sure that like, I just, you know, when you take it, you don't really feel yourself. So I wanted to just get off of it and see how I felt. And like my first period I had was really bad. Like I started throwing up, TMI, but I was throwing up and I was just in really bad pain. So I was like really disappointed because having painful periods can be bad for infertility. I'm not gonna say that's what's going on with me, but my doctor had told me that before. So I kind of wanted to just get off of it and get my body back to normal. So I've been off of it for about, was it in May I stopped taking it? It was probably actually around March. So March, April, May, June, July. So I've been off of it for about 4 months. And obviously you guys, Justus and I want to have a baby one day. And I just think it's better if I get off of it like a year or maybe 2 before we actually want to have kids, just because I feel like that's the best way. Like your body needs to get back to acting normal and everything. And yeah, like we do want to have little Tuckers running around. So That's also another reason why I stopped taking it. It wasn't because I didn't like it. Like, I actually did like it, and the kind that I was taking had the least side effects. So when I first went in, they gave me I don't know which ones they gave me then, but it made me really sick, which all birth controls like that in the beginning made me very, very sick. I didn't want to eat anything. I had loss of appetite. And then after about 3 months, I started not feeling sick every time I took it. I did not like it. It was just, I decided to stop taking it. And Justus also, we both like, I talked to him about it obviously, because I'm not gonna like stop taking it, you know? And he's like, all of a sudden got a kid. But no, like I had told him like, babe, I think I should get off birth control, and he was 100% supportive, because you know, he also wants to have kids. I do feel like after a while, once you're taking it, you kind of like stop feeling like yourself. And that's kind of how I was feeling. I noticed I was like really emotional. Like I could cry for anything. I mean, I still do cry a lot. Like I could still cry for anything, but I feel like it was next level. I'm not 100% sure on how long it may take to get pregnant when you're off of it. I just know that since I was like 16, I was on some type of birth control. And you know, when you're on it for so long, it could be bad, it could not, I have no idea. But for me, I just felt in myself that this is something that I needed to do. And I will say, you guys, my skin was so clear when I was taking it. Like, it was so clear. And actually, I've heard a lot of stories about, not stories, but I've heard a lot of people say that when they take it, that their skin gets really nice. And if you're struggling with acne, I hear it's really, really good to like start taking birth control. Your skin will completely clear up and everything. Since I've been off of it for the last few months, I do notice I'm getting more breakouts than I typically would. I always got like one hormonal breakout or just like one big huge one, but I've been noticing like a lot more texture and everything, and I'm pretty sure it's because hormones are just like kind of out of whack. You're trying to figure it out. Your body's trying to get back to how it's supposed to work. So that's one thing I've been struggling with, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of making me like embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but I'm not used to it. So I do feel very self-conscious. I almost don't want to wear makeup because I feel like it looks worse when I'm wearing makeup, and it's just putting makeup on a pimple. I just don't like it at all. Like I could tell like, oh my god, I'm clogging up something that's already clogged up. So I don't know if you guys can see right here, like I have some and then I have texture. It's pretty hard to see on like a really nice camera, you guys. It kind of airbrushes it out. Once I stopped taking it, my period was really, really bad. The first one, I was in so much pain. It was something that honestly like really scared me, because like you guys know I cry for literally everything. Hold on. I feel like it's important to like be honest with you guys, and like I'm always crying when I'm alone. Like in the videos I film, every time I'm alone I like end up crying. But like so like another big reason why I was taking it was because like my periods were so painful, like in school. Like when I was in high school, like I would leave and like I would have to like call my mom to pick me up, and like we would just go to the doctors to like figure out like what was going on. And like a lot of the doctors were saying like having like there's a level of pain, right? So like when it's like so painful, like you feel like you're gonna pass out, like that's not normal. And like a lot of the doctors were telling me like what it could be, and basically like you have like basically what's happening when like your periods are so painful is like there's scar tissue that builds up around your uterus, and like when that happens, it can be very hard to like conceive. And like I was taking it because apparently when you're taking birth control, it's supposed to help the inflammation in your uterus and the scar tissue buildup. So it was like I wanted to be on it because it made me feel better, but I didn't want to be on it because I wanted to have kids. But you know, like having that pain that I was in when I stopped taking it was like really disappointing, because it was almost like I was just gonna feel that way forever. Like And it brought me back to like what the doctors told me. Like there's something called endometriosis. If you guys don't know what it is, you can look it up, but that's basically what I was explaining to you guys. Like the scar tissue builds up around your uterus and it can be difficult to get pregnant. So I wanted to get off birth control because that alone obviously prevents you from getting pregnant, and as well as I wanted to just see how my body was doing. Like, was I feeling better? So when I had that first period, when I got off of it, it was just very disappointing, and like I was throwing up, and it just made me very like sad, and like I was in the shower just crying because like it's like a pain that like messes with your head. Like I felt like I was going crazy. I was like, oh my god, like it just made me think of the worst. But you know, everything's in God's plan. If I'm meant to have kids one day, I will. But now I feel better. Like I've had a few periods since then and they haven't been bad at all, so that's really, really good. I'm making sure I'm taking care of myself. I try to not eat dairy. I don't eat red meat, and like a lot of the time what you're eating can affect the way you're feeling. So I try not to have a lot of sugar, and I don't drink soda, like nothing like that. So I'm just like really taking care of myself. And yeah, I didn't think this was gonna get emotional, you guys, but I hope my makeup didn't mess up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. But before we end today's video, I'd like to give a notification shout out to somebody who watched the entire video all the way through. So today's notification shout out goes to Gizem. If you would like a notification shout out in our next video, make sure you guys are subscribed to our channel, you like this video, you watched the entire video all the way through, and comment your name down below. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Ooh, baby, I'm glad you're mine, cause I need you, and I'll do anything to please you. Catch me when I'm falling in love. Ooh, baby, I'm glad you're mine, cause you're the reason my days are filled